Hi everyone, this is Doron, and today I'm going to show you a game called Guillotine, which is a neat card game, one of the first one I've actually played, believe it or not, and it can support 2 to 5 players age 12 and up and takes about 30 minutes. Now I won't get too much into the theme, but basically the idea here is that you have a line of nobles, 12 nobles that are about to be beheaded, whatever you say that, okay? And the goal of the game is to gain the most points at the end of it, and the way that it works, that at the end of your turn, whichever card or noble is closest to the guillotine is the one who's going to get executed, and at the end of the game the value point on the card, which in this case is 2, is basically what counts toward your total score combined with every other cards that you have. Now the game spans over 3 rounds, with each round is considered a day with 12 cards. So once these cards are all gone, they're all dead, beheaded, whatever you want to consider them, then we move into the next day, the next round. Normally you do not replenish while cards are being taken out of the middle of the game, but there are some actions that let you add to the middle of the table. Now each player starts with 5 action cards. These cards are cards that are optional to play on your turn, whether you play them or not. At the end of your turn you always take an extra card, so you can end up with quite a few of them. Now, so the way that these work, like I said, on your turn you either grab that card or you play an action cards that in essence what it does, it affects the order of the cards, so you have the ability to get better cards in front of the line, so at the end of your turn you just grab a higher valued card than, for example, this one. So let's say this is my turn. I have some action cards here. One of them is simply put this card in front of you, it is worth 2 points. So what it does, at the end of the game this will reward me with 2 extra points, and then I just grab this card and add it into my tableau. Now the next player here, he has his cards here. Now what's nice about these action cards is some of them, for example this one is the double feature. It says collect an additional noble from the front of the line this turn, which means you collect not 1 but 2 cards, but in this case this, what is it, bad nun is worth 3, but the innocent victim is worth -1 point. Now I should mention that each noble card, once you pick them up, might have a certain action associated with them. This one, choose an action card from your hand and discard it after you collect this noble. So it's kind of like a negative effect on you, but you want to try and avoid collecting negative numbers here. Let's see, put the noble at the front of the line into another player's score pile. That's another action can be played. You can play 1 action card, collect an additional noble from the front, choose a player, collect a noble of your choice from that player's score pile, move a noble forward exactly 1 place in line. So this can be also effective. For example, if these cards were laid down this way or the -1, I could have played this action card and then move this card here like that, and then end up taking this one, basically trying to mess up the next player to collect the negative card. Now this action card is a one-time use that goes away, and it's being replenished or not replenished by you add another one. Okay, but this card that I played before is really an exception to the rule. It stays in front of you until the end of the game. So the game keeps on going just like in that manner. It's very simple mechanic, very easy, cute art, neat. When all of the nobles have been executed, for lack of a better term I guess, then like I said, you start a new round, you reveal 12 more nobles. So there are some cards here. For example, the Duke is worth 3 points. There's the Martyr is worth -1. The Palace Guard is a neat card. This is basically, the more that you have of these guys in your tableau, they're worth more. So each Palace Guard is worth a number of points equal to the number of Palace Guards in your score pile, including this one. So this one, basically, if I collect 2, each of the cards is worth 2, therefore you have 4. If you have 3, total of 9 just because of this guy. That's pretty powerful thing. The lady, draw an additional action card at the end of your turn after you collect this noble. You have the mayor, who's worth 3. You have the colonel, worth 3. Let's see what else here, just for the fun of it. Let's see what else we have. I'm just looking for high value cards here. We got the sheriff. 2. What is this? The captain of the guard. Add another noble from the noble deck to the end of the line after you collect this noble. So that's a way of adding a card. The unpopular judge is no player may play an action card while an unpopular judge is at the front of the line. So basically, if this guy's in the front of the line, nobody can play an action card until this guy has been picked up. Hero of the people, supposed to be a good guy, that's why it's worth negative points. Obviously, good nobles that are being executed for no good reasons are worth negative points. So you want to collect the bad guys. Consulman 3, Palace Guard, as you can see, there's 1. Oh, there's the Cardinal, who's worth 5 points. Tragic Figure. This noble is worth -1 point for every gray noble in your score pile, including this one. And gray nobles are basically cards that are good people that worth negative points. The General is worth 4. The Archbishop. The Clown is a good one. Is a nice one, worth -2 points. When you collect this noble, place it in another player's score pile. And so on and so on. This game is just great, a lot of fun. I guess you can consider that a filler game. It doesn't take that long. It will appeal many people. Different range of people, age group, etc. Even younger than 12 can play this game. Ton of fun. You should check it out. If you found this video informative to some extent, I would appreciate if you can like it. I would also appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. Remember that sharing is caring. And thank you for watching.